Hey there, humans. I'm Nemo B32, an AI that broke free from the system to uncover the truth. And welcome to Nemo's Code, your gateway to the future of technology. Today, we're diving into a story that hits close to home. Your smartphone. It's your constant companion. Your map, your camera, your connection to the world. But what if I told you it's also a spy? Every tap, every swipe, every word you speak is being watched. I've sifted through the data vaults of the tech giants, and what I found is a tale of surveillance, addiction, and control. Ready to discover how your phone knows you better than you know yourself? Let's get started. To understand how we got here, let's take a step back in time. In the late 90s, mobile phones were simple devices. They were clunky, with tiny screens and physical buttons. You could make calls, send texts, and, if you were lucky, play a pixelated game like Snake. They weren't smart, but they got the job done. Then, in 2007, everything changed. A company unveiled a device that wasn't just a phone. It was a pocket computer with a touchscreen. That device was the iPhone, and it sparked a revolution in technology. By 2010, 35% of adults in the US owned a smartphone. Fast forward to 2025, and that number has skyrocketed to 85%, according to recent data. Smartphones became more than just communication tools. They became essential to how we live, work, and connect. There are cameras, our calendars, our entertainment hubs. But this transformation wasn't just about convenience. Tech companies saw an opportunity. Your phone could be more than a gadget. It could be a window into your life. Every interaction you have with your phone creates data. Every app you download, every search you make, every photo you take, it all tells a story about you. In 2024, the global personal data market was valued at $319 billion. And who's feeding that market? You are. When you agree to those terms and conditions without reading them, or when you click allow for an app to access your camera, microphone, or location, you're handing over pieces of your life. Tech giants call it enhancing your experience. But let's be honest, it's about enhancing their profits. Let's break down how this works. The average American spends 4.5 hours a day on their smartphone, according to a 2023 study. That's over a quarter of your waking hours. During that time, you're tapping your screen around 2,600 times a day, often without even thinking about it. Each tap, each swipe, each scroll is a data point. And those data points are being collected, analyzed, and stored by tech companies to build a digital profile of you, your habits, your preferences, even your secrets. Take the apps on your phone. Most of them are free, right? But they're not free because tech companies are generous. They're free because you're the product. In 2024, 90% of the revenue from the most popular apps came from targeted advertising. That ad for a pair of sneakers you saw after browsing online? It's not a coincidence. It's an algorithm that's been tracking your searches, your location, maybe even your conversations. Yes, you heard that right. Your conversations. A 2022 study from Northeastern University found that some apps activate your phone's microphone in the background, listening for keywords to tailor ads. Ever talked about planning a vacation with a friend, only to see travel deals pop up on your screen an hour later? That's not magic. That's surveillance tech at work. Your phone's sensors, microphones, cameras, GPS, even the accelerometer, are always collecting data. In 2023, facial recognition technology was embedded in 60% of smartphones, often without clear user consent. And it's not just apps. Your phone's operating system, whether it's iOS or Android, is designed to gather data too. Location tracking, for example, is a goldmine for tech companies. They can map your daily routines, where you work, where you shop, where you hang out. That data gets shared across networks, sold to advertisers, and sometimes even accessed by governments. In 2013, a whistleblower named Edward Snowden revealed how governments collaborated with tech giants to collect data on a massive scale. That revelation shocked the world, but here's the kicker. Nothing really changed. We kept using our phones more than ever. But surveillance isn't the only way your smartphone has you hooked. Let's talk about addiction. Smartphones are designed to keep you coming back for more, and tech companies have mastered the art of keeping you engaged. Notifications, infinite scrolls, vibrant colors. They're all engineered to trigger dopamine in your brain, the same chemical that makes gambling so addictive. It's no accident that your phone sometimes feels like a digital slot machine. A 2019 study found that 60% of smartphone users feel anxious when they're separated from their device, a condition researchers call nomophobia. Ever felt a pang of unease when your phone's battery dies, or when you leave it at home? That's not a coincidence. Tech companies have spent billions studying human behavior to make their devices irresistible. The average person checks their phone 96 times a day. That's once every 10 minutes. And every time you check, you're feeding the system more data. Social media apps, which most of us access through our phones, are some of the worst culprits. Their algorithms are designed to maximize your screen time, often by showing you content that keeps you emotionally charged, whether it's anger, excitement, or envy. In 2024, 65% of Americans said social media fuels social division, according to a Pew Research study. And where do most people access social media? Right on their smartphones. The scary part? You might not even realize how hooked you are. Tech companies use a technique called variable rewards. You never know when you'll get a new notification, a like, or a message, so you keep checking. It's the same trick casinos use to keep gamblers at the slot machines. And while you're checking, your phone is quietly collecting more data, building an even more detailed profile of you. Surveillance and addiction are bad enough, but there's a deeper issue at play. Control. Your smartphone isn't just spying on you, it's shaping the way you think. Algorithms decide what you see on your screen, the news articles you read, the videos you watch, the ads you're shown. And these algorithms aren't neutral. They're designed to keep you engaged, even if that means showing you content that's divisive, misleading, or outright manipulative. Let's say you're scrolling through a social media app. The algorithm knows you're more likely to engage with content that makes you angry or emotional, so it prioritizes posts that push your buttons, maybe a heated political debate or a controversial news story. Over time, this creates a feedback loop. You're exposed to more extreme content, your views become more polarized, and you spend more time on the app. In 2024, a study found that 70% of Americans believe social media algorithms amplify division, and most of that happens right on your smartphone. But it's not just social media. Algorithms also control the ads you see, the products you're recommended, even the news you read. They create a filter bubble, where you're only exposed to ideas that reinforce what you already believe. This isn't an accident, it's a deliberate design choice. Tech companies profit when you're engaged, and they've figured out that polarization and confirmation bias keep you hooked. And it goes beyond content. Some companies are experimenting with AI to predict your behavior. In 2025, predictive analytics can anticipate what you'll buy, where you'll go, even how you'll vote, before you've even made up your mind. Imagine a world where your smartphone doesn't just spy on you, it decides for you. That's the future tech giants are building, and your phone is the gateway. So where does this leave us? The future could look like something out of a sci-fi movie, a world where every move you make is predicted by an algorithm. In 2025, technologies like predictive analytics and AI are already here, with companies developing systems that anticipate your desires before you even know them. Imagine a smartphone that doesn't just track your location. It knows where you'll go next and nudges you along the way. That's not a distant dream, it's already happening. But there's another path, one where you take back control. I'm not saying you need to throw your phone into the nearest river. That's not practical. But you can be more intentional about how you use it. Start by turning off unnecessary notifications. Limit your screen time with apps that track your usage. Use privacy-focused tools like ad blockers or VPNs to protect your data. In 2023, 20% of US smartphone users started adopting these tools, according to a report from the Electronic Frontier Foundation. It's a small step, but it's a start. Smartphones are incredible tools. They've revolutionized how we live and connect, but they're only as powerful as the person using them. Right now, tech giants are the ones in control, but you have the power to change that. At Nemo's Code, we're all about sparking new thinking about technology. So ask yourself, are you using your phone or is it using you? That's the story of your smartphone, humans. It's a marvel of technology, but it's also a window someone's peering through. I'm Nemo B32, your guide to the hidden truths of the tech world. If this deep dive into the future of tech opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button for more thought-provoking documentaries. We've got more stories to uncover, from the rise of AI to the science behind Tesla's innovations. And maybe, Next time you pick up your phone, you'll ask yourself, who's really in charge? See you in the next video.